Our home is not perfectly tidy, but it does run smoothly. And not because we're constantly cleaning, but because we've built these quiet little systems that do most of the heavy lifting for us. They are simple, sustainable, and designed to support the kind of life that we want to live. Calm, clutter-free, and low effort. In today's video, I'm sharing 7 of these simple systems that keep our minimalist family home feeling grounded, organized, and actually functional even on the most chaotic days. Let's jump into it. So the first system is what I like to call the landing zone. And essentially this is our system for when we are arriving home and also when we're leaving. The main part of it would be though, when we get home, we put everything away immediately. And everything in that entrance area has its own designated spot. I think it's really important to designate these homes for items that we're constantly using. Otherwise, they can tend to drift around the home. So having this landing zone system allows us to always know where our belongings are. We're never missing our keys. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I misplaced my keys because we have a bowl at the front door exactly for that. And it just gives us some peace of mind when we walk into this space and it's clean and clutter-free. It's a very simple thing, but I think an entranceway, especially in a condo or an apartment, can become cluttered and full of random stuff very quickly if you don't stay on top of it. So just making this into a habit is very helpful, and over time, as it kind of becomes ingrained in the routine and it just becomes a normal thing to do, it doesn't feel like there's any effort going into it at all. It's just what we do. System number 2 is the 10-minute reset, and this is our post-meal cleanup. I think this is probably the most impactful system that I'm going to mention throughout this entire video, simply because it is a space that we always have to use and we're always going back into. So after every single meal or even snacks, we do a 5 to 10 minute reset of the kitchen and dining spaces. And this allows us to start fresh every time we go into the kitchen, and it prevents that dreaded kitchen pileup that can happen really fast throughout the course of a day. This includes basic tasks like putting the dishes into the dishwasher or hand washing the ones that need to be, wiping down the tabletop and the counters in the kitchen, putting away cooking utensils and any leftovers that we might have had from that meal into the fridge, and just making sure that the space is ready to be used again. Not only does this keep the space clean and clutter-free on a pretty regular basis, but it also just makes the cooking process and the eating process so much more enjoyable. System number 3 is my Friday flow, and this has to do with weekly meal planning and grocery buying as well. If you're someone who is constantly asking, what are we having for dinner on the day of, or you're feeling like there's a lot of groceries in your fridge that end up unused and wasted at the end of the week, this might be something that could be helpful for you. And that basically is planning 6 meals for the upcoming week. This is what I do on Fridays. And then going ahead and going through those recipes that I'm going to be making and planning our groceries for delivery on Sunday. So I think the dates here are a really big helpful part of this system, and that's because when I am planning meals on Friday, I've got a little bit of time to do this, so it's never something that stresses me out. And then it also leaves a day in between, that's Saturday obviously, for me to add any groceries that I've forgotten about or come up in my mind last minute so that they can be delivered on Sunday. And on Sunday, by that time of the week, we pretty much have like nothing in our fridge. So this is the optimal time for us to replenish those groceries. Not only does this save time and the stress of asking what's for dinner on the day of, but it also reduces our food waste because we're only buying what we need. Something else to note here is that we definitely try to bulk buy our meat and non-perishable items. So that's like pastas and sauces, anything that is canned or jarred. We usually buy those at Costco just to save a little bit more money. And these are typically things that we're using on like a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. So it is worth the cost up front to buy a few more items in bulk. The next system here is called the 2-minute sweep. So essentially these are the very quick tidy ups that we do throughout the day, throughout the week, to just reset the spaces that we use. And something really key within the system is that everything in our home has a designated spot. From the tiniest items to the large ones, everything belongs somewhere. So when we're doing these little resets or sweeps of the spaces that we use, we know exactly where the items need to go back to. So it's never like they're being left out and we're unsure of where to put them away. This is huge mostly when it comes to the kids stuff in our home, from my daughter's craft table to the toys that she has in our living room. These are the things that are always kind of strewn about the room. And once we're done in that space, it's always important for us to clean it up. And it's something that we are definitely trying to teach her as well, because there's just something so nice about walking into a clean space when you're about to use it, especially in a lounging area like the living room. The beauty of this system is that it just prevents those messes of clutter from accumulating into overwhelming chaos. This next system is called the laundry loop, and essentially this is how I prevent our laundry from becoming intimidating and overwhelming. It's definitely something that I've had to learn to manage over the past few years of living here, and now we have even more laundry because we have kids, obviously. So this is something that is very important for me to stay on top of, but having a system in place definitely saves me a lot of time and stress. So there's a few things within this system that really help to keep it running smoothly. Number one is that we have all of our laundry pre-sorted. So instead of just throwing everything into one big basket, I've got different bins for different categories of items. There's a laundry basket for my daughter. We have our clothes sorted into darks and whites already inside the basket. And then I also have a box, or 2 boxes, I guess, for towels and then cleaning rags. So having these pre-sorted saves me a lot of time when it comes to actually doing the laundry. Something else that I try to do within this system is to always be doing 2 or 3 loads of laundry at a time. And at this season in my life, that's something that is working for me and our schedule. I'm not one to want to do laundry every single day, and we do have shared laundry in our building, so we're either using that or going over to my parents' house to do laundry. So it's not like it's within our condo and convenient to do it every day. The days do switch based on what our plans are. However, we do always have at least 2 loads going at a time. And lastly, this one is key for preventing clutter in the home, is to fold and put away the laundry within at least a day of doing it. This is something that I work really hard to maintain because I hate the sight of laundry just sitting out in a basket or on the drying rack. It just does something to my mentals, if you know what I mean. So we really do try to fold and put it away. And not only does that prevent the sight of clutter in our home, but it also allows us to be able to find the things that we need when we need them. System number 6 is the bathroom baseline. And this is essentially to maintain a standard level of cleanliness in this bathroom, because obviously it's a spot that's used a lot, and for hygienic purposes, you want it to be clean pretty much most of the time, right? I am very sensitive to smells, so it's something that is important to me in my home. So these are some of the things within our bathroom system that allow us to prevent a whole bunch of grime buildup and instead just kind of have a regular standard of clean all of the time. Number 1 is that we have a rag on a hook underneath the sink to wipe up any spills on the counter, any toothpaste marks, things like that, smears fingers on the mirror where my daughter puts her hands all the time. Having this available just allows us to keep that countertop clean, and it really does wonders for the space, especially because it's so small. It just makes a space look dirty when there's constantly splashes everywhere, at least in my eyes. That's how I see it. And it only takes a few seconds to wipe something up. Something else that helps to maintain that standard of cleanliness is rinsing down the shower walls and I guess the tiling on the floor after each shower, and this basically just delays the buildup of grime. And I also find that it helps the entire bathroom just smell fresh for much longer. We do have a non-slip mat as well for when my daughter's in the shower because we don't have a bathtub. So that is something that will rinse off and then just kind of hang on the wall instead of having it sit in that puddle of water after each shower. And then my non-negotiable is that I clean the bathroom every single week. I don't go longer than a week and a half at most of not cleaning because I feel like that's just the natural timeline where things start to have a bit of a smell and they just don't feel clean when you walk into the space. So that includes cleaning the sink, just kind of wiping it down, making sure that there's no grime inside, cleaning the toilet, the shower, as well as the floor, and especially the space surrounding the toilet. And finally, the exit basket system. It's something that I mentioned in one cleaning clutter-free video before, but definitely worth mentioning here because it's a system that works really, really well for us. And essentially, it's having a basket at our entranceway on that little shelf to store the items that we have decluttered and are waiting to be rehomed, as well as any items that have come into our home and need to be returned to their proper owners. The result of doing this is just more space and less visual clutter in our home, and the certainty that everything in our home is stuff that is being used and is loved and valued by us. Our home isn't perfect, but it does feel like it works for us and not against us. And that's because of these simple, quiet systems that are woven into our everyday life. They don't take much effort, just a little bit of intention. And over time, they've helped us to create a space that feels calm, clear, and easy to care for. Something that I think everybody deserves to have. So if you have any systems in your own home that are making your life feel lighter, I would love to hear about them in the comments below. And if you're in a season of rebuilding systems or routines in your own home, I hope that you found a little bit of inspiration from this video. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.